Hey there, get NAST. It's time to start with the breakdown. This is Jeff, aka Machamp Bailey, and this is the Get Nasty breakdown. All right, welcome to our first season of Fantasy, and let me welcome all of you to the league. Anyone who's played in the other league that I'm in will recognize this video, but it's the Get Nasty breakdown. This video will be a bit longer than normal, but what we'll do here is we'll talk about any of the big injuries to be aware of from week to week, do a quick recap of the matches, and then hand out some awards just to kind of see how you did this during the week. This video will be a bit longer than normal due to the explanation of the award and some of the intro stuff, but they will get shorter, and I may ask for some help here with my good buddy Chris, who helps me in the other league, alright? Alright, so to start off the actual breakdown, here are some of the major injuries from week 1. There's some big ones here. So David Johnson, the first round pick for just about every fantasy, he took a hit, and he's expected out to be 2 to 3 months now. He's now placed on IR, so that's going to be a big hit for whoever has him. Danny Woodhead once again gets injured early on and may be out for a while. Best guess right now is 3 to 4 weeks if it's not serious. Allen Robinson goes down with a torn ACL and will most likely be out for the season. They have not released how long he'll be out yet. Kevin White will require surgery for fractured scapula and will be out for the season. And finally, the slew of concussions you guys will see every week. If anybody's unaware of how the concussion protocol works, it could be anywhere from a day or two to a couple weeks. They just have to clear the protocol, so you got to really kind of pay attention to these players if they do go on the concussion protocol. So Danny Amendola, Ryan Griffin, and CJ Fedorowicz are the 3 to keep an eye on this week. Next up, here's this week's breakdown. So first we have the Brewmasters, Chris and Eric versus Delay of Shame, Jason Deal. Brewmasters took this one handily with big games from Diggs and Hunt. Similarly, I took the win over Alex and Team Alexa with major assistance from the Rams defense, putting up 29 points. Show Me Your TDs, led by Kim, took a win over Mr. Worldwide Dylan, with Tyreek Hill making her team look good over there. And Cheryl, aka Consistent C, took a loss to Team Dubler with a strong showing from Stafford. To make Dallas great again, led by Rob, took a win over Team Blen in a big part due to Antonio Brown leading the way. And finally, Danny, leading its Miller time, was close to taking a loss, but was saved by his kicker in the final game, so I guess that they are still helpful, huh? But final game of the week to beat out Pimp Grease, Ted Campbell. So good job there, Danny. So with the breakdown out of the way, we're going to go ahead and move on to the awards. So I'm going to do a brief explanation of each award and then hand it out here. So the first award is Juggernaut. This goes to the most points in a week. And this week, the Brewmasters put up a whopping 135.8 points. Massive game by Chris and Eric there. Kingslayer will go to whoever topples the top teams. Obviously, there's no one that's on top right now because we just started, so no word here to be had. Lombardi goes to whoever started the best player of the week, decided by fantasy points, of course. And this week, that would be Brewmasters, who started Kareem Hunt for 40.6 of their 135 points. Tough luck is for those teams who should have beat nearly anyone else but lost. This week, it didn't look like we really had anybody worth mentioning here, so there's no award for this one. Luck out is the opposite of tough luck, beating out one of only the teams that they could have. Danny grabs this one, beating only one of the 3 teams that he could have beat, so he ended up right in the middle. But good job there, Danny, at the win. Teabag is for the team that lost by the most points. This week it goes to Jason, who lost by a massive 73.3 points against Brewmasters. And that's enough points to have beat out pretty much all the other bottom 4 teams as well. So that's got to hurt a little bit. Bonehead goes to the most bench points. Kim gets this despite her win with 85.5 points on the bench. Looks like Mr. Worldwide got a little lucky that this loss wasn't worse because she had some players that she could definitely popped in and boosted her points. Space Cadet goes to anyone who started an injured or bye-week player. Please help me annoy anybody that does this because this kind of ruins the fantasy league, and we want to make sure that everybody is starting players that can get points. So if you see anybody who's starting a bye-week player or injured player, help me annoy them, especially before the game because we're good sports. But this week it's Alex who started an injured Rawls. I know he's questionable up until game time, but come on, Alex, you got this. Game of the week goes to the game that was decided by the slimmest margin, and this goes to Pimp Grease and Miller Time, decided by 5.7 points. Alright, so for the last part of the video here, please don't make me remind you again, league fees are still due. I only have league fees from about half the league, so please make sure you send them to me via PayPal. My number is 702-292-8853. You can make other arrangements that way, or send it to PayPal to that number. Either way works. Please let me know by the end of the week how you're going to get that $20 to me, because otherwise, frankly, I'm going to have to switch out some teams, because we can't have people not paying, all right? The winnings of the breakdown of the winnings will be $200 to the winner with money back to runner-up and most points scored, which of course is $20. So there is $240 pot total. And this does include the playoffs for the most points scored. So if you're in the playoffs and you still got a lot of points from the season, but even if you get knocked out, keep going to try and at least get your money back. All that being said, please get your money in, and I'll catch you downfield.